Welcome to KocoSports. I am the huge one, kid idiot Dave Koco from DAVEKOCO.com. We stream every day on twitch.tv/KocoSports, and we're going to talk CM Punk. A little bit of news and a lot of different questions from you, the internet infantry. So, first off, let me start this. I am a huge CM Punk guy. I've been a huge CM Punk guy pretty early in his career. Pretty early in his career. FIP, ROH, those days. And in WWE, you know, there's times in pro wrestling, especially if you've been a pro wrestling fan as long as I have, or as maybe, I don't know how long you've been a wrestling fan, but if you've been a wrestling fan for a long time, there are times that you just need someone to help save you, you know, like, oh, give you hope, you know? And CM Punk was that for a lot of people. I think CM Punk kept a lot of older wrestling fans still watching pro wrestling. I think at one time, he was the best in the world. At one time in his life, he was the best wrestler on this planet. I really believe that from my heart. I was a teacher, and at the time I was straight edge, and like because of CM Punk's popularity in WWE, him being straight edge, I remember a bunch of high school and young college kids would say, I'm going to be straight edge. I'm going to be straight edge. He made that cool. And that's no easy task. So I'm grateful for that. And plus, I don't know. You know, there's times where it's like, oh, if it isn't for ECW, if it isn't for Lucha Underground, if it isn't for Kurt Angle, if it isn't for CM Punk, if it isn't for Muta, there's times in your life where you're like, you know, when it was low, there was that one shining light. CM Punk was that shining light for a lot of wrestling fans. And could be very difficult to work with. And I imagine I might be very difficult to work with. I imagine some of you watching right now that are not delusional might be difficult to work with. And I remember, I'm misquoting or paraphrasing a Dennis Rodman quote. It's okay to be an asshole. It's okay to be a pain in the ass, as long as you're the best at what you do. And at one time, he was the best in the world. But then, let's say you're averaging 20, 30 rebounds a night, and it drops down to 9 rebounds a night. Or you are having 5-star matches and cutting some of the best promos in pro wrestling history to you're just a name. There comes a point where being an asshole only works if you're the best at what you do. And I don't know if he's the best at what he can do. And when it comes to just big names right now, we got the Hardys. I mean, if we wanted people with big names, we got the Hardys. We got Chris Jericho. I think what we need right now is wrestlers like Ibushi, Will Ospreay, who are the best in the world and look a little bit different than those in WWE. I don't think Tony Khan needs big names anymore. So the big question is, I guess to you, and I'm going to read some news and then answer some of your questions about CM Punk. My question to you is he worth the baggage? When he's putting on 5-star matches, cutting the best promos in the world, and keeping fans glued to the screen during a low time of pro wrestling, yeah, he's worth it. Is he worth it now? Is he the same, you know? A lot of people turned his back when he was in MMA and mixed martial arts. I didn't. You know, it's like, it's difficult. He did something that was difficult. But now you're coming back to pro wrestling, and are you going to be the best in the world? I mean, you go into business for yourself every 10 seconds, which is understandable if you're getting 30 rebounds a night. But if you're getting 7 rebounds a night, maybe not worth it. Maybe not worth it. All right, let's go see what the news says. We're reading this off tpww.net. No affiliation whatsoever. CM Punk has been out of action at AEW since this past September due to his ongoing suspension over his involvement in a backstage fight at this past September's All Out 2022 event. This has nothing to do with the news story. Is anyone else kind of tired of like legit backstage drama and just want to see great wrestling? I just feel like we focus on that way too much. Punk and AEW officials recently have been working on a regularization plan for Punk's potential return to the company. Punk also been in talks over his willingness and scenarios for a potential return to the company. Like, if you love your company, and I've owned many companies and I love it. I never understood. I fucking hate this company. then I don't know. Like, why would you keep him around? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like, oh, I fucking hate working for this company. All right, here's your last paycheck. Good luck. I don't know. AEW recently announced that they will be returning to Chicago, Illinois on June 21st for the Go Home Dynamite and Rampage show for the Forbidden Door 2 event. Can't wait for that. Hopefully we get some great matchups there. It was also announced that tickets for the upcoming set for the show officially go on sale April 21st. Fightful Select reported that prior to AEW's announcement on the Go Home show for Forbidden Door taking place in Chicago, they've been informed by the sources that the June 21st Dynamite show will be both interesting and a date to look out for. I don't know, man. I mean, is that even a headline? Is that a fucking... just huge announcements and the show's looking forward to, anyone that's ever been a promoter. Dude, this show is going to be something special. Who fucking knows? I don't know. It just seems like stuff that is completely worthless is news now. It was reported as Thursday, their sources stated that AEW officials had tentative plans in place for CM Punk to make his official debut, return to the company at that show, or at the very least around it. AEW officials reportedly also held the talks regarding the idea of announcing Punk's official return ahead of time, and possibly around the time of Warner Brothers' upcoming upfronts, which will take place on May 7th. Those spoken to reportedly also confirmed on earlier. And here's the thing. Did he pop the numbers? I don't think he did. You're talking about all this TV inside stuff, like, oh, we got to do this. It's got to fucking turn around here. Did he pop the numbers the first time? Is he going to pop it this time? I don't know. And I love CM Punk. Is the 9 rebounds worth it? Those spoken to reportedly also confirmed as an early report that stating that Punk has been hoping to work against with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, but there has yet to be any contact between the two sides. Here's the thing. If you're going to do this, I talked to Sid's Light about this, his streamer on Twitch, Sid's Light. Make sure to check him out. Is anyone else tired of Shoot Fabe? It's like they're working so hard to trick us that they forgot they have to entertain us. But it's made in meetings. Besides, Omega and the Young Bucks have a meeting between Punk and Chris Jericho reportedly have been planned to take place at some point. The meeting reportedly would be determined if they would work together again in AEW is a possibility. Here's the thing. If they choose CM Punk, and once again, not a CM Punk hater, I know everyone's extreme. Here's the thing, too. Like, I noticed if I don't fucking have a strong opinion at the beginning of videos, I get more likes. But here's the thing. I just don't know if it's fucking worth it. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's worth it. So yeah, what was I gonna say? Sorry, I got a little old man concussion there. If Tony Khan or Chris Jericho or anyone in power picks CM Punk over Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, AEW loses its specialness, To me, maybe it's because I'm getting older, and I talked about this in a Noah thing. I'm tired of average. I'm tired of second place. I'm tired of it not being the best. So, I feel like when they tease possibility of Ibushi returning, I got fucking goosebumps. I was like, fucking goddamn, that's amazing. That's how I want to be as a wrestling fan. If it's like political backstage bullshit that everyone seems to be in love with, it's like, I don't know. Kenny Omega and the Bucks, if they're not in AEW, it just seems like there's no point in watching. But who knows? Maybe people's standards have dropped so much. That's what fucking my friends in Japan say. They're like, Dave, you just got to give up, man. People's standards have dropped too much. Like, all right. Maybe they're right. Back to news stories. In regards to AEW's upcoming third weekly television show, it was reported their sources stated there have been more traction within Warner Brothers about an independent announcement of the upcoming show taking place weekly on Saturday in a primetime slot. It's also reported that AEW officials are considering for the show to act as a soft roster split. Talent who want to stay separate from Punk and Elite drama Talent reportedly have, this is fucking insane. If this is true, this is insane. Just get rid of them. Talent reportedly have not been informed about the potential plan for the new show, nor about Punk's possible return. So, yeah. And here's the question that I have for you and people have asked for me. Would you bring CM Punk back? I wouldn't. I don't think he's going to pop the numbers. I don't think he's going to make the numbers. Here's the thing. I'm a huge CM Punk fan. And unlike people that are like, I'm right, I know everything. Fucking, if it's awesome and I'm wrong, I'll fucking cheer. Be like, CM Punk. I'm there. I'm not fucking, hell, dude, I'd love for him to prove me wrong. But if it's going to be like drama, roster splits, some people go here, some people go there, fuck him. Just have him not fucking come. You know what I mean? I don't think he spent his money. I think he can live happily ever after. I think he's getting paid no matter if he shows up or not. So that's probably the pressure. Tony's like, God damn, paying this motherfucker. He better be showing up. I don't know. One thing that James Legend and a bunch of others asked me, and I appreciate you guys hitting me up. I apologize. Some people asked me this on Twitch. Some people asked me on Twitter, but I forget your name, so I apologize. But James Legend sent in, what if you made him ROH exclusive? And I think that would be cool for like 30 seconds, unless he can't go. Ring of Honor is known for its in-ring ability. It's for that. And who knows? Maybe he's healthy. Maybe he's been training this whole time. Maybe he's coming back. He's like, dude, I want to prove that I'm fucking the best in the world. I want to prove what I got. Or maybe he's just fucking complaining and saying, oh, fuck that. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. It really just depends. Like CM Punk, that was AEW champion in Ring of Honor exclusive, is a waste of everyone's time. If it's a one-shot deal, like, oh, I'm in Ring of Honor, I just think Ring of Honor should be something special. But I don't know. Maybe I'm old and think there should be something special about pro wrestling. I noticed the more I return to this, the more I return that, like, people are just okay chanting 3 letters. People are just okay blindly defending a corporation and have no standards. And I worry that we're in a really good time for pro wrestling. And I think we might fucking ruin this. I think we might ruin it. I think we might ruin it by, I love these 3 letters more than these 3 letters. And it's a sad world we live in. CM Punk exclusively only for Ring of Honor. I don't think it would work unless he's just going to do commentary, be a manager. And if he's not 100%, he could be a mouthpiece, but for who? And will he do it? Bobby the Brain Heenan, Paul Heyman, Jimmy Hart, they had something special. They could be cowards. Even Jim Cornette, even though he's yelling at something right now. I don't know, will CM Punk act afraid when it's time to act afraid? That's the problem with these Hardys and Christian Cage and CM Punk as managers. They forget that they're managers. They forget. They're just like, oh, I'm still fucking tough. It's like, are you, man? Are you? So I only want to see CM Punk return if he's the best in the world. If he's not the best in the world, let it go. Let it go. And here's the thing. Yeah, people get old. People lose skill. I love the Great Muta more than a straight man should. He wasn't 100% those last matches, but we saw the decline. CM Punk, you were on top of the world. We never saw the decline. You did mixed martial arts, you came back, and it's like, oh. And I think the same problem with Okada, CM Punk, Chris Jericho at times. Okada at times too. People remember when they were great, and they don't realize that people go up and down. I think that's the biggest thing that I noticed returning back to just talking pro wrestling. If someone is deemed good, no matter what happens, they're always good. And if someone's deemed bad, they're always bad. Like, they don't say, in baseball, Oh, the Rays are having a great season. Oh, last year they're having a bad season. Oh, it's going up and down. Oh, what a year for Steven Stamkos. Oh, it's like in pro wrestling, even like actors, like we'll be like, because a lot of people are like, well, it's not a sport, it's also entertainment. But actors, you'd be like, oh, Tom Cruise was amazing in this, but not so much. Paul Rudd did great in part 1, but was horrible in part 2. But like in wrestling, they're so stuck to their ideas as the fans that they're like, oh, this company's the fucking greatest. Nothing ever changes. Oh, this wrestler's great, even if he loses a step or two or improves a lot. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of a crazy situation. CM Punk, I only want you back if you're the best in the world. I don't want Patrick Ewing on the Orlando Magic. Like, comment, subscribe. We are always live on KocoSports Twitch. We're KocoSports on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, New Mexico. Just go to New Mexico and be like, where's KocoSports? He's like, it's over here. Actually, I live in Yokohama. I don't live in New Mexico. I don't know why I said New Mexico. Anyway, with that, did you enjoy? I am over. Hey,